This video is volume of pyramids, cones, and spheres. I apologize for my voice. I'm going to try and go through this rather quickly so I can get through. Please pause anytime that you need to and email me if you have questions. So the amount of space enclosed in the interior of a three-dimensional object for a pyramid or a cone, the volume is 1/3 the product of the area of the base times the height. So we're going to start with an easy one. We have a square pyramid. So the base of a pyramid, 10 times 10 is 100. And then this is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So 1/3 times 100. They don't actually give us the height, but we see a right triangle. It's a triple because the whole length of this side is 10. So half would be 5. So that would make the height 12. So this is 1/3 times 100 times 12. And that is going to be, well, actually, 1/3 of 12 is 4. So we can just see it's going to be 400. Now, you can write 400 by itself. You could write 400 units cubed. Volume is always cubed. Just never write 400 cubed because that is wrong, because that's saying that we're going to cube 400. So you could just write units cubed or just leave that out. All right, the quick check, it's the same as the one above it. The base is a square, so it is 12 times 12 is 144. So this is 1/3 area of the base times the height. So 1/3 times 144. And they give us the height this time is 8. So we're just going to multiply 1/3 times 144 times 8. And that is 384. Okay, next we have something a little different. We have a hexagonal base. Hopefully by now y'all are very familiar with finding the area of a hexagon. This is 1/2 AP. And when you draw the apothem in a hexagon, it bisects the base, or the length of the base, which here is 18. So that's going to make this 9. And with the radius, we create a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So the apothem is going to be 9 to the square root of 3. So this is 1/2 9 to the square root of 3 times the height, which they give us. Times the perimeter, which they don't give us. Each side is 18, but there's 6 sides. So 18 times 6 is 108. So we're going to multiply 108 times 9 divided by 2. And we're going to get 486 to the square root of 3. And then this is 1/2 the area of the base times the height. So 1/2 486 to the square root of 3 times the height of the prism, which they give us, which is 10. So 486 times 5 is 2430 times the square root of 3. All right, pause if you need to. The one below it is exactly the same. This time, though, the base is 16, so we should know without too much hassle that if we look at this, the apothem is going to be 1/2 of 16, so 8 to the square root of 3. So this is 1/2 8 to the square root of 3 times the perimeter of the base. So 16 times 6 is 166. I didn't do that right. 16 times 6 is 96. So this is 96 times 8 divided by 2. $384 to the square root of 3. So this is 1/2 384 to the square root of 3 times the height, which this time they give us. So 384 times 4 is 1536 to the square root of 3. All right, let's see what's next. Oh, here we have cones. Same formula for cones. Okay, so the same formula is 1/3 area of the base times the height, but the base is a circle. So I usually change that to 1/3 pi r squared times the height. So the base of a circle is pi r squared. So we have pi times 15 squared. So that's going to be 225 pi. So now we have 1/3 times 225 pi times the height. Now that's not given to us this time, so we do need to do Pythagorean theorem. So 15 squared plus b squared equals 25 squared. So we're going to get 225 plus b squared is equal to 625, and then 625 minus 225 gives us 400, and so b squared is equal to 400, and the square root of 400 is 20. So now we're going to multiply 20 times 225 and times 1/3 or divided by 3. So 225 times 20 divided by 3 is 1500, and then don't forget pi. So pi is in your answer. So there's the answer. All right, let's see. How many more do we have? Okay, one more here. So same thing. 1/3 pi r squared times the height, and then this is pi r squared. And again, this is a cone. So we have pi. Now we don't have the radius, so we're going to have to do Pythagorean theorem again. I'm just going to do this one quickly. 51 squared minus 45 squared is 576. The square root of 576 is 24. So this is 24. So 24 squared, I believe, is 576. So this is 576 pi. So here we have 1/3 times 576 pi times the height, which is given to us, which is 45. So 45 times 576 divided by 3. And so that is 8640 pi. Okay, these next ones here, I wish that I had. I usually use a picture in my class. But here we have a sphere. And in a sphere, if you take a slice right out of the middle of the sphere, that is called a great circle. Okay, and a great circle is two-dimensional. And so basically, it's just a circle. So it has the same properties, pi r squared for the volume, 2 pi r h for the circumference. Now you can cut a slice that way, but think about it if you had an orange and you were cutting it this way. There are a million or an infinite number of great circles. Hopefully that makes sense with this picture. This here is the radius. And this is the center of the circle. And again, this is called a great circle. And so this is a three-dimensional sphere. Okay? So now let's look at a couple problems. So, this is just the great circle of a sphere. Has the same radius and center of the sphere. So the area is pi r squared, just like any circle. Okay, surface area is the amount of area on the outside of the sphere. So it's the surface area. And then the volume is going to be the amount of space contained inside. So our formulas are going to look a little different. So here are our formulas, or they didn't give us to us. Okay, so we're just going to start with a circle. So well, no, let me give them to you. I guess they did. I'm sorry, I am a little bit sick right now. So volume is 4/3 pi r cubed, and then this is 4 pi r squared. Okay, and so that's what's given to us right here. All right, so the exact area here is you just have 4 times pi times 18 squared. And just use your calculator. 18 squared times 4 is 1296. So this is 1296 pi. I'm not going to worry about approximate. You could just put that in your calculator if you needed the approximate. And now this is 4/3 pi and then 18 cubed. So 18 to the power of 3 times 4/3. And that is 7,776 pi. And again, don't worry about the approximate. Okay, I am making a fucking video. I cannot hear this. I can't hear a word. Don't say a word. I'm telling you, I got 2 minutes left and I'm late. I had to stop the video. I don't want to hear another word. Shut up! That one. Okay, so